Yes, students, welcome to our physics class now. So, in this session, we are going to learn about work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. So, important topic in physics will be useful for 10 plus 1 students, intermediate students, and also for school physics. Work energy theorem. So before going to work energy theorem, we want to learn first about kinetic energy. After that, work and also force. So these three are essential for understanding the concept of work energy theorem. So first, kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is denoted by K or Ke, which is given by Ke is equals to half m v square, where m is the mass of the body, v is the velocity of the body. So kinetic energy is nothing but energy gained by a body. So due to its motion or velocity is called kinetic energy. Now work. So work is denoted by W, so which is given by the formula F into S and also Fs cos theta. So these two formula we use. So we use F into S, where F is the force, S is the displacement. So when the body moves in the direction of applied force, the work done will be given as F into S. When the body moves in the direction of applied force, that is, suppose you are applying a force on the body in this direction, the body also moves in this direction, then work done here on the body is given as W is equals to F into S. When the body moves with certain angle to the direction of applied force, the work done is given as Fs cos theta, but here we use F into S. And you know the definition of force from Newton's second law of motion. The force is given by product of mass and acceleration of the body, m into a. Product of mass and acceleration of the body is called force. Or we can also define the force. Force is that which changes the position of a body or tries to change the position of a body. Numerically, it is equal to the product of mass and acceleration of the body. And work is the product of force and displacement made by the body. The product of force and displacement of the body is called work. So these three basics we use in the explanation of work energy theorem. So this is important topic, students. Now we can derive the formula for work energy theorem. So what about its a statement and proof now? So statement of work energy theorem. Statement. The change in kinetic energy of a particle is equal to the work done on it by applying force. So when the force is applied on the body or particle, then its kinetic energy changes. You are applying a force on the particle means you are doing work on the particle. So this work done on the particle is a bringing change in kinetic energy. So the change in kinetic energy is denoted by delta K, which is equal to final kinetic energy denoted by Kf minus initial kinetic energy denoted by Ki. So this is equal to work done. So you know kinetic energy formula half mv square. Final kinetic energy is given as half mv square Kf. Initial kinetic energy is given as half mu square, which is equals to W. So this is we want to derive to prove the work energy theorem statement. So to prove the work energy theorem, we want to derive the formula half mv square minus half mu square is equals to W. So this is we are going to derive. So to verify the work energy theorem, students, now verification. The statement once again, the change in kinetic energy of the particle is equal to work done on it by applying a force. It means that when the force F is applied on the particle, you are doing work done on it. So this work done on the particle is a bringing change in the kinetic energy in that particle. So change in the kinetic energy denoted by delta K, which is equal to difference between final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Kf is final kinetic energy, Ki is initial kinetic energy, which is equal to work done W. Now proof for this one, we are going to prove the work energy theorem, students. Proof. So consider a particle of mass m is a moving with initial velocity u and constant acceleration a. Constant acceleration a. Suppose a force is applied on it then it travels. After traveling a distance s, it attains a velocity, that is, it attains final velocity v in the direction of applied force. Consider we are taking a particle of mass m, which is a moving with initial velocity u and having constant acceleration a. So now a force capital F is applied on it. Then the particle rises its velocity and moves in the direction of applied force. So the raised velocity is taken as a final velocity, which is v, and on the application of the force, body has travelled a distance s. So this is. So now from this one, we use third equation of motion. We know that third equation of motion. So we have three equations of motion for a body moving in a straight line with constant acceleration. So v is equals to u plus at, s is equals to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equals to 2as. So now we are taking third equation of motion, children. So now from third equation of motion, so we are writing v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Now multiplying with m by 2 the above equation on both sides. So this implies it will be mv square by 2 minus mu square by 2 is equals to m by 2 into 2as. So this equation is multiplied with m by 2 on both sides. So it can be written as half mv square. It can be written as half mu square. So 2 get cancelled. It can be written as ma into s. So we know that from the formula of force, students, force is equals to mass into acceleration. So the above equation can be written as half mv square minus half mu square is equals to, in the place of ma we can write f into s. So we know that, so work done w is equals to f into s, but here the particle has moved in the direction of applied force, so we are using f into s. So this is half mv square means, so final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy, f into s is w. So this is the change in kinetic energy is equal to work done on the particle. So hence work energy theorem verified. So that's all, students. Thank you.